Enshrined in the Environmental Protection Act as part of the agency's core functions were for the agency to take such steps necessary to ensure that there is coordination, protection, and sustainable use of our natural resources. Specifically, the agency is also responsible for ensuring that there is coordination and maintenance of a program for biological diversity. And wildlife, of course, falls under the large umbrella of biological diversity. So more than that, the agency has a responsibility to ensure that developmental activities does not significantly impact our natural resources. By natural resources, our wildlife resources, since we're talking about wildlife. The agency over the years, in 2000, would have started establishing a wildlife unit, and it worked its way towards establishing wildlife regulations. Those wildlife regulations were enacted in 2013, and they were subsequently revoked in 2016 with the enactment of the Wildlife Act, which led to the establishment of the Wildlife Commission. So the agency's role still remains, while overarching in terms of ensuring that there's sustainable use and management of our natural resources, which includes wildlife. But now, through the Commission, our collaboration would most likely be with respect to sharing of data and information, and better enabling the agency to determine how and when a facility can be, or a project can be authorized. So the information, as we see it, would identify for us the hotspots for wildlife, and ensuring that developmental activities, any project, any sizable project, we can talk about mining projects, forest-related projects, any project that are likely to have an impact on the wildlife community, all measures and steps needed are taken into consideration before that project is even authorized. So the licensing of the trade is very important, very timely, because as it is right now, you don't necessarily have a true representation of our wildlife resources. So through monitoring, this licensing exercise will bring in data. It will inform the Commission as to how much of our wildlife is used locally and is exported. And that will lend to Wildlife Commission, EPA, wherever all the other stakeholders are, to ensure that the right strategies are put in place for wildlife management and conservation. My name is Rainer McAndrew. I work with the Environmental Protection Agency.